Hello everyone. So today my lecture is going to be based on speaking questions, specifically for part 1. Before we start with this, we need to understand what is CEFR and how is CEFR actually measured. So CEFR has got 3 levels. The first level is called as A1, A2, which is a very basic level. So if I convert this into band score, this will be 1, 2, or 3 bands. Next is independent level. That will be with 4, 5, and 6 bands. And if I talk about the proficient level, that will be 7, 8, or 9 bands. So these are 3 levels of CEFR. So where is actually CEFR? So in the real exam, the CEFR is actually, it's a measuring system. So the result of CEFR comes in this small corner here of a result card. And now this says CEFR C1. That's a CEFR level C1. For this particular girl, this is the CEFR level C1. It's an overall level. Let's talk about the structure and the bands in speaking. Now, introduction is for basically 2 parts, and it is for 2 bands. I'm giving you a weighted average. It is not like it's only out of 2. It's a weighted average. It's judged overall, but if you see, the weightage of introduction is not that much as compared to cue card or discussion. If I talk about the cue card, again, that has got 2 parts and 4 bands. If I talk about discussion, it's for 1 part and 3 bands. Now you will ask me, obviously, how come your introduction is for 2 parts? In the first part, that is called as the comfort questions. Let's call them comfort questions. They are not marked. They are not marked. What is your name? What can I call you? They make you feel comfortable. So that is basically not marked. And second part is called as the topic specific questions. So let's call them TS. And they are the ones which are marked here. If I talk about the cue card, first is the topic. You have to speak on it for 1 to 2 minutes. And then there's a small follow-up questions. Let's call them FQ. The follow-up questions. Very simple one. For example, the topic is my best friend. And by end of the cue card, when you stop speaking, they'll be asking you questions like, do you still meet him? And what do you do when you meet together? So these kind of things are basically asked. How do examiners generally start the speaking? So to start the speaking, they greet you first. They welcome you with a smile and they greet you, make you feel comfortable, make you sit. Then they check your identity. They have to make it sure that the person is right and not an imposter. They make you feel pretty comfortable by introducing themselves. I am this, my name is this, I'm your examiner. So that's how they would start. They would start with a medium level difficulty question that is called as a B level question. And now suppose this is B level question, they will ask. And then if the answer is good, they'll take you up to C level. And conversely, if the level is bad, they'll reduce the level to A level. If the C answer is right again, they remain at C. And if it is wrong, or that's not acceptable, or you are not able to speak, they will get you down to B level. Same is the case with A. They take you up or they keep same. So basically, it's a roller coaster ride of going up and going down. So some questions are of A level, some are B level, some are C level. So the level of difficulty keeps on varying throughout the exam. So it is stable also. So they reach at a point comes when an equilibrium is reached and they feel that this person is able to answer this type of question. So that is where your band score comes into play. Now, many people ask me, I had a very simple speaking and I got my band score. It was very bad. So see, if you're getting easy questions, that means you're losing marks because you're unable to give complex answers. You're unable to understand complex questions. Now, if the examiner asks you why after every question says why, so that's not a good idea. That means you need to elaborate more. You need to give more of reasoning. That is important. Let's talk about introductory part. Now, introductory part has got two parts. Firstly, it's facts about you, which is obviously not marked. And then it is topic-specific questions, general questioning. That is marked. Now, some samples of unmarked questions, like what is your name? What may I call you? Which city do you belong to? You don't expect them to give you a 7-band score based on these memorized questions. It's not possible. You'll be having memorized answers for every of them. Are you studying or working? What are your future plans? Tell me about yourself. In part B, there are a lot of topics. And what I have done for you, to make the questions out of every single specific topic, I have put it on my blog. So if you go to my blog, webberz.in/blog, you would be able to see all my questions based on all the topics. I request you, please see this blog. The link is given below in the description. Marking. Now the marking is based on if the question is A level, you get marks as per A. If it's B level, you get the marks as per B. If it's C level, you get the marks as per C. Now let us try and make some questions of A level. See, what transport method do you use? Do you like it? Why do you like it? It is very simple, very straightforward questions. Let's talk about double parameter questions now. What kind of transport system was used in your country in the past? What are the advantages and disadvantages of public transport system? 3-parameter questions or the C-level questions. How would you compare the transport system used by our parents as compared to used by you? Do you think these transport systems will change and become more eco-friendly in the future? So these are triple parameter questions. Let's talk about some tips. Paraphrase the question. If you keep on repeating the question, what the examiner is asking you, you're not going to get marks. Answer direct. Don't beat about the bush. Come straight to the point. Do not run around telling the background, telling the history, and then coming to the point. It just doesn't make sense. Examiners not bothered much. Part 1 should be generally 2-3 sentence long answers, and part 3 is 3 to 4 sentences long answers, and it's a discussion.